What is up, y'all? It is Maj, and today we have a video from Blackie Speaks. I wanted to do like other stuff, but it's alright, man. Like, I have been in a drought of content. I don't know what to really post, so put down anything in the comment sections about what I should post or not. I mean, I'm just gonna do stuff as usual, but like stuff to react to and stuff. And I talked to Blackie Speaks personally. He gave me the green light to be able to react to his videos. So shout out to Blackie Speaks. I'm glad he's still striving and grinding and doing these things. Like, it was back in 2017 when I used to react to him all the time. That's actually how we became like friends. So yeah, man, we're gonna bring this back to 2017 when we react into rapper topics again. This video is about why Lil Baby isn't popular anymore.
It's like it's still mind-boggling when I go in there and rap, because it's like the same craft and the same hobby, and it turned serious.
Now, Lil Baby is a rapper who
That
was on
sucks
top just a few years ago.
when shit just
These
turned
days,
serious,
Lil
you
Baby
know?
is just not as
You do it for
popular
fun
as he
at
used to be.
first.
What exactly happened to Lil Baby and his career? This is definitely one of the most relevant conversations in hip-hop right now. Now, what's going on with you today? So today I want to have a little conversation about what happened to Lil Baby, and did he fall off?
Oh shit, you showing your face now, Blackie. I ain't even know, my nigga. Damn. That's what's up.
So you see the clip I played you at the beginning of this video, which was an episode from Lil Yachty's podcast. He had Lil Baby on as a guest, and this interview has been making its way around the internet.
I did see that podcast though, and it honestly was the most I've ever seen Lil Baby talk. And I think that was the problem, where the fans really can connect with the artist, because a lot of people try to do that mysterious shit. They think you're stupid, they think you're dumb. And I feel like a lot of people should do more podcasts. They should do more, like, I've seen rappers are nonstop collabing with streamers, and it's honestly insane now. Like, it was not like that back then.
Lil Baby spoke on a lot of things, like his relationship with Gunna, which is non-existent according to him, which is obviously very unfortunate. He also spoke about the rap game, his career, the streets, which is of course very relevant.
Being real with you might need Gunna. You might need Gunna. That's probably the cold hard truth of being real. Gunna is like fucking striving still. And it's really crazy. Like, I don't care that he snitched or not. His music is still fire regardless, so.
Relevant to his career, because Lil Baby is considered a street rapper. More specifically, I want to discuss something he said on this specific part right here.
And now I gotta watch what I say. I gotta watch what I do, because I'm watching how society trying to do rappers. You know what I'm saying? I understand why they trying to do it, because some rappers fuck it up for everybody. And it's like, damn, now I'm in this pool. So it's like harder for me to just go in there and rap how you.
Yeah, because you're going to catch a fucking case.
So I can't play the entire
Ricos
clip,
are
but
implemented
Lil
in
Baby on the
everything
first
now,
part was
man.
essentially talking about his career as it relates to why he's lost out on that fire in his belly. On one part, he spoke about being more conscious about what he says, which partially stems from him being a street rapper, because street rappers, as you guys know, they say a lot of things that could get him in trouble.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that aspect later on in the video. But one of the things it sounds like he was hinting at is that he's just not as hungry as he used to be. I'm sure a lot of people know who Lil Baby is, but
Which I
Lil
understand
Baby is
that
a rapper
too.
who's been doing it very big in the rap game ever since 2018. That's really when Lil Baby became a known figure on a mainstream level. Ever since
This is
then,
basically
he's put
when
out
he
a lot
was
of good
hungry.
records.
When that
Some really
freestyle,
great
bro, that
projects
shit
like
was
Light Turn,
fire. Shout out my live on this beat. I would just be with GP. I would just be with Fortran. I would go puppy, hey. Red nigga all in my face. That shit was fire as fuck. I ain't gonna cap. That shit was. When that shit dropped though, you could tell, like, when my dog and all that shit dropped, you could tell he was hungry as hell for it. Like, shit, he dead ass went from being broke as fuck. Well, I think he was never broke actually. But he went from being in the hood to getting collabing with Drake, having a lot of success. And then later on, striving in his own fucking like 10 toes down. He strived on his own. And then after that, he got on a feature with Drake again and watched Drake. Like, this nigga was, like, unstoppable. And, I mean, once you do that, it's like, what's the point? Like, I did everything I did. I got millions, my family straight. Like, I don't know, man. Like, this is just I feel like an era is just switching. Like, it's been 5 years. Over 5 years. You know what I mean?
During the pandemic in 2020, and 2020 was
a lot of
undeniably
shit
Lil Baby's
changed
year, because that was the year that he reached his peak in popularity. Lil Baby was one of the biggest rappers in hip-hop in 2020. I think most of us who paid attention know that. He was literally everywhere. He was one of the most streamed rappers of that year. A lot of his songs from that particular project did extremely well. My Turn in the End, I would say, became a trap/street classic. I still listen to that project, and I think it's definitely held its own weight for sure. And the numbers say the same. During that year, he also dropped The Bigger Picture, which was an extremely
Yeah,
impactful rap song that reflected
I
the
remember that
time.
shit.
Lil Baby turned into a conscious rapper for that one record, and the song was a really big moment because of everything that happened back.
He should have kept that conscious shit going, bro, because now it looks like you just did it for the time. You know what I mean? Like how some niggas be for the people and then they dip afterwards. Like Meek Mill all of a sudden became for the people when he was about to go to fucking jail. Like, yeah. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
back then. Ever since 2020, which was the height of his popularity, like a lot of us know, Lil Baby is just not as hot as he used to be. Now, this is for several reasons, but the biggest reason I would say is because the quality of the music just isn't as good as it used to be. Quality is, of course, subjective, so you can agree to disagree. But
It is
the general
subjective.
consensus seems to be that Lil Baby just doesn't sound as good as he used to sound. Aside from the subjectivity, I would say that a lot of it has to do with the repetitiveness as far as the content in his music. Lil Baby is a street rapper who raps about the streets, guns, money, lifestyle, passion, life, women, hunger,
Yeah.
getting out the mud, and he makes music that has a story to it. But it's more on the lit side, and that's exactly why I've always listened to Lil Baby. I don't know about you, but I don't listen to Lil Baby to hear about the political and economic state of the world. I listen to Lil Baby when I want to hear some turn up shit and
That's
get
true.
motivated. And I feel like that's relevant to most people. Lil Baby's content overall hasn't progressed all that much, but I would say that he still has his place in the game. I still listen to his music, just not as much as I used to. There's a lot of great artists that have came out ever since Lil Baby was very popular, especially street rappers. So there's a lot of options for people to choose from. And it seems like the general perception is that he's just not that guy right now. Although his last project didn't do all that bad. I mean, it did over 200,000 first week, which
That's
is solid numbers.
that's not
But that was
bad.
2 years after he was going crazy. So it does make
Yeah.
sense. Ever since then, Lil Baby hasn't dropped anything that's made a very big splash.
That's
Now, He
true.
was featured on that Central C record, Band for Band, which
That
ended up
shit.
becoming a
I mean, that shit was fire. Band for Band was crazy. I remember when it first dropped and nobody was like listening to it as much. But as soon as like, I feel like TikTok helped that shit a lot. But it's a solid record, bro. That shit, the beat, the flows on this bitch, like the way the hook was like formed with both of them on the hook. That shit was fire, bro.
really big song. But it's of course not his song. And the perspective for a lot of people there seems to be Central C helped Lil Baby revive his career, which is a crazy thing
Yeah,
to
that's really
say,
crazy, bro.
because I
Because
think Lil Baby can hold his own.
that he held his own on the track. That's kind of cap. Like people are trying to look for shit. Like I swear to God, that's just the media and fans for you with this shit. Sometimes you get so big they want to see you fail, bro. I'm just being honest. Like, come on, like that's the cold hard fucking truth, bro. Unless you've been there for too long, they want to see you fucking fail, bro. And I mean, it doesn't help the fact that he does make the same music over and over again. He doesn't switch his flow, switch his style. I mean, he knows the pocket that he's in and he keeps doing it. You know what I mean? A lot of artists do that. It's just you're either lucky or not to know how to versatile your shit to last longer. Or you're lucky enough where the same style and cadence is timeless and people can listen to that shit over and over and over again. Like some of these pop artists. But I'm not going to come at them because I do not want to get rated. I do not want to get doxxed.
But if we take a look at the
Hell
numbers,
nah.
Band for Band has been the biggest thing Lil Baby has been a part of for the last 2 years. And don't forget, Central C is a UK rapper. He also dropped a song in early 2022 called Right On, which I feel like is really underrated. That's probably one of the best songs he's dropped in a while. Aside from that, he was featured on that one Nav record alongside Travis Scott. And then at the end of
Never Sleep.
2023, dropped a 2-pack with a song called 350 and another one called Crazy. A few months ago, he was featured on Bossman D-Lo's song. He's a new successful name in the scene called PJ, which is a banger. I like that joint. And then very
I heard
recently,
that.
he dropped 2 songs that I think are worth listening to, Insecurities and 5 a.m. Aside from that, Lil Baby hasn't made that big of a splash. And the conversation now is, did he fall off? This conversation was really relevant last summer because, as some of you guys might remember, Lil Baby made headlines for canceling several dates on his upcoming tour, which was supposed to start I believe it was in August 2023. Around 3 weeks before it kicked off, he essentially canceled multiple stops without explanation. In other words, he wasn't able to sell out those venues. This was a really big story back in 2020.
I don't know if that's true. It could be a lot of situations, bro, because me and Melissa tried to go to a Playboi Carti concert in Dallas, and for some reason, that shit got canceled. It was during the Narcissist tour. This is like during the Mr. Rage and all of that, and then he just canceled out of nowhere. So, I mean, And he canceled other places too, but he didn't cancel the whole tour. He just didn't come here. So I don't know if that could be true or not. I mean, if it's 7, I don't know how many spots he was going to. Maybe he just wanted to cut a little short. I don't know, bro. You never know, man. Like, it's a lot of shit that goes to this shit. I'm just saying, I'm playing devil's advocate because I'm not the type of nigga to be like, oh, I want niggas to fail instantly. You know what I mean? Like, you've been around too long, or I don't like you, I want you to. No, I always give benefit of doubt in situations like this.
23, and I feel like that's when the topic of his fall off became a conversation. These days, people aren't checking for him like they used to, and it does make sense. This is not even necessarily a reflection of the fact that he's completely let himself go, because I still think Lil Baby has his place in the game. I mean, like I said, he recently dropped 2 very good songs that I've had on repeat personally.
Like, there's no way
So
people
clearly
are
he
just
still got it.
leaving him out of
It's
the
more that
conversation,
times in the
though.
music industry, but specifically hip-hop, are changing. Ever since the pandemic, a lot of rappers and artists who were hot during that era are just not talked about anymore.
That's
Although
true.
streaming has dominated the music industry for over the last decade, a lot of the rappers who became hot off of the streaming era have seen a significant decline, and that includes Lil Baby. A lot of it, I think, has to do with how fickle music is now, and if you're not an artist who talks about things that actually matter in the
They don't
want
wanna
to
listen to
on a
it.
consistent basis, personally, I don't think you're going to stick as much as the person who does cover those real-life topics. This is, of course, not always the case, right? But a lot of those rappers who may not be that relevant to the majority of hip-hop fans, like NF is a good example,
Oh,
who we
shit,
spoke about
that's
in that Lil
NF.
Baby video from 2023. A lot of guys like that are literally selling out arenas just like that. I mean, a guy like NF sold out 20K people for multiple stops during his last tour. And most hip-hop fans would definitely consider him irrelevant. Now, NF is a very different case, and I definitely think he's the polar opposite of Lil Baby 1,000%. But I want to use him as an example because it highlights that relevancy within the conversation of hip-hop isn't always the most important thing. What's more important than that is that you connect with your fan base. And for someone like Lil Baby, I think a lot of the hype surrounding him and his name has been generated by the music industry.
That's
the
what I'm
blogs,
saying.
And not as fan-driven as it should be.
It's
That's
not
why you
with him
don't
and his
tend to
fans.
meet diehard Lil Baby fans. I mean, ask yourself this
Yo.
question. When was the last time?
Yo, for real, I've never seen anyone like go crazy for Lil Baby, but everyone loved the music. Everyone loved the music, but no one was like Lil Baby is like the best. Like, no one was on some NBA YoungBoy. Like that nigga was like, I don't know what the fuck happened, but like, bro, back then NBA NBA YoungBoy fans were going crazy. They loved the fuck out of this dude. They would die for this nigga, bro. I've never seen that kind of what's the word I'm looking for, bro? I just got off work. Bear with me, man. I've never seen that kind of herd of fans that were like, oh, Lil Baby's my favorite rapper. You talk about Lil Baby, we'll smack it in your fucking mouth. I've seen it with Gunna, though, which is like, I'm just being real. Like, Lil Baby was really just for the street niggas. And I'm being real, like, a lot of street niggas, once another street nigga get to popping, after about a good 5 years, they don't really fuck with you like that. I'm being honest with you, dude. I'm being real. Like, everyone has their time, honestly.
And you met someone who said, I'm a diehard fan of Lil Baby. It's almost like they don't exist, which of course they do. It's just that certain artists thrive heavily on a cult-like fan base,
Yeah.
while other artists are more propelled by general hype. That then feeds into an audience. In the end, it all leads to a fan base, but the question is, what kind of fan base does it lead to? Now, when that base isn't fan-driven, what tends to happen is you have a situation like this. You're at the top of the world for a year or two, and 3 years later, they're saying that you fell off, which has reflected itself in the numbers.
Which is
so it's not coming
crazy.
Out of nowhere. There is a lot of validity to that statement. However, from another angle, the good thing about someone like Lil Baby is that he still has a track record of consistency. On top of the work he's already put in, he also has an extensive catalog. And to be fair, this is another important factor of this conversation. Not every music listener knows who Lil Baby is. So if he, fucks around and gets another hit, all those new listeners are going to discover Lil Baby like he's a new artist, which is the dope thing about being a musician. You can be globally famous and still sometimes be unknown to certain pockets,
Yeah.
certain demographics. Another aspect of this conversation as it relates to Lil Baby is the streets. Street rappers are slowly losing a grip on a culture, which is something I'm going to talk about soon. But Lil Baby actually kind of touched on this during his conversation with Lil Yachty.
Shit real. I seen him. I watch Young Thug try every day. I seen him really use stuff against him that don't got nothing to do with nothing. You know what I'm saying? That right there could scare you. And then I'm one of them guys who I'm like to be hands on, but that could be you.
Now, Lil Baby is a rapper who raps about the streets like a lot of other cats. And now he's seeing a lot of the guys he once called peers getting locked up, like Thug, who's of course
Yeah,
out
the whole
now. So Lil
YSL got
Baby's
fucking
actually
locked up.
reevaluating the things he's saying in his records now.
And people
And this
died
is a
during
very
that.
real thing because the feds, right? I'm sure we all know this, but they really pay attention to hip hop right
They
now.
do.
I mean, rappers are still committing crimes.
Lil
and
Durk got
rapping
locked up
about
for
it
that
millions
shit.
to
Well,
consume.
he got
Just take a look at
got
Lil
caught,
Durk, who's
but
currently behind bars. Lil Baby is in the same boat where people expect him to be on a certain type of energy, and he's feeling the pressure of that. And this is such a big aspect of his career because of the pocket we put him in. At the end of the day, being a rapper in this lane comes with things that can be understood. For someone like Lil Baby, he grew up in the exact environment he's rapping about. And obviously he feels torn between keeping it real and saying just enough so the feds can destroy him. And this is something he's been talking about in his music for the last 2 years. On the intro of his last album, he said the following: "Nowadays ain't no time for me to kick it. Business too intensive. They're gonna say that I've been acting different. I'm beyond their mental. I moved on from slang and drugs and pistols. Can't be thinking simple." And then on the song 5 a.m., which is
I
a
mean,
song he recently dropped,
he ain't wrong, but I'm being real with you. Bro, niggas, bro, fans, I'm sorry, bro, but like real shit, bro, fans do not give a fuck. If you switch up on some shit last minute or something, you don't make them feel a certain way like you used to make them feel, bro, they gonna switch on you so fucking hard, so fucking fast. They're gonna go from telling you're top 5 to falling the fuck off within a day, bro. Like, I swear to God. And I'm being real with you too, bro. A lot of people are obsessed with numbers. They're obsessed with like streaming numbers. Just like how Uzi fan base was, like Uzi's fan base particularly stressed so much about first week sales. Like, oh my God, bro. Like, they were loving this nigga to death. As soon as Eternal Take 2 comes out, like, and I get it was a subpar project. Like, some songs on there could be a miss, but a lot of the project I fuck with. And now it's a fucking war, and it's like a civil war in the fucking community where they're like, no, this project's ass. No, this project's good. No, this project's actually ass. No, this project's good. And then he sold 60K. This is a flop. Uzi fell off. Uzi need to lay off the drugs. Uzi need to stop piercing his face. You know, I'm like, all this extra shit, bro. Like niggas are obsessed with numbers and hype to the point where you fuck up. If something happens where you just all of a sudden the hype just dies down, here comes, oh, did they fall off? Did they fall off? You know, it is what it is, bro. Fans and shit everywhere. It is what it is, bro. I swear to God, this shit is so. It's like I don't know, man. I can't be the only person that thinks like this, right? I hope not, nigga.
I got feds on my trail. They be trying to connect me to dumb shit. I got lawyers behind me. I'm ready to tell them, come on. So Lil Baby is very aware of what's going on. It doesn't actually take a lot for a lot of these street rappers to catch a RICO case, believe it or not. A lot of these guys have in their past committed crimes that could put them behind bars even today. So for them, all it takes is for the police to start investigating in the right places and for them to start asking questions to the right people. So it's a very slippery slope because this is part of the reason why Lil Baby is where he is. And if he has to sit there and think about every single thing that he says as it relates to rapping about the lifestyle that he raps about, that's obviously going to affect the quality of his music. Because the quality of his music partially is dependent on how real he keeps it. It's the same with Lil Durk. I mean, if Durk wasn't out here putting out real life hits, would Durk be as popular as he is? Probably not. Actually, his music wouldn't even be that good if you keep it real. So factor in this along
That's
with
the thing too, man.
And the abundance of rappers and him.
Like, everyone likes street shit. Everyone likes street music until it gets too street. You know what I mean? Like, there could be like, there's there's rappers that kill niggas. And when it gets too street, they're like, no, don't support this nigga no more because he actually did the shit he rapped. But I'm not going to listen to this nigga unless he raps about that shit. Like, what the fuck do y'all niggas want, bro? Like, bro, what the fuck? This shit sad out here, man.
Not having as much hype as he used to just in general because of the music. And we have the situation he's currently in. Personally, to me, it's kind of clear why Lil Baby isn't as popular as he used to be. But what do you think? Overall, I don't think Lil Baby is finished. He's still got it. I do, however, think he's going to have to win the public over by applying the same type of pressure he was applying in 2020. It's a hard task, though, because let's just keep it real. Replicating a moment in time, a different year,
it's hard.
Is a very hard thing to do. In general, though, it's really easy to tell that he's lost that grip he used to have. And I think that's partially why he's more open to doing media appearances. Obviously, he's way more well-spoken these days than he used to be back in the day.
Yeah.
But another aspect of it is people actually want to hear you speak. You're not always going to be able to coast off of being cool, because
That's
how
true.
a lot of street rappers maintain their success. Now, for Lil Baby to actually go past this point that he's currently
He
at,
has to.
he's probably going to have to win over the casual listener by showing more of himself, so those people can then become a part of his core audience. Anyway, if you made it this far, that means that you enjoyed this video.
It's crazy. Hey, make sure you go to Blackie Speaks channel, man. Real shit, man. Link in the description. You already know. Always pumping out good content. This was an actual good video to react to, because I swear to God, like, some of them I'll be reacting to. I'll be like, what the fuck am I reacting to? But nah, this is amazing. And thank you for giving me the green light, man. But yeah, like, I swear to God, like, I feel like what a lot of these issues recently about just all of this shit is the fans, and just, we just look at numbers, like, you know, and I mean, it's still solid evidence that the nigga fell off, though. Like, don't get me wrong. But I mean, I don't know, man. This shit is, I say the same shit every time, bro. Like, it's been 5 years. They got popping during, like, before COVID. I'm thinking about 5 years because it's like 2025 now, which is crazy. And this is going to be the first video of 2025, which is wild. But I'm just saying, like, with the whole street rap shit, I still think it's thriving, low-key, in my opinion. Like, I still hear it a lot. I still, you know, but I feel like the mainstream audience of that isn't as diehard, because they're more into, like, Kent Carson, Destroy Lonely, Playboy Cardi. And Cardi, like, he fucks with his fans and shit, like, in public, but, like, he don't really post. He be lying, saying he's gonna drop some sometimes. Like, I mean, I heard they're fed up about it, but I'm just saying, man, like, this shit just, some people have it, some people don't. Some people have to try harder than others, and in this situation, Lil Baby been thriving for years. Honestly, he got the W, in my opinion. If he did fell off, who gives a fuck? And if he hears that he fell off and he's feeling some type of way, honestly, I wouldn't. And also, like, bro, I feel like, in my opinion, though, what needs to change is production, though. I feel like you need to do some experimental production, and if you do that shit, I'm pretty sure, like, you'll get that fan base again. But also, street music is still in, but I mean, I feel like he can still do it, bro. It's not like he's an unknown nigga. It's not like he didn't do this before. It's not like he didn't watch Drake on this track. It's not like, you know, I'm just saying, he still got the heart to do it, bro. It's just production, probably song structuring, and he got the funds to get, I don't know, man. Anyway, I'm just saying, hope you guys have a good day. Thank you guys for watching. Like the video, subscribe if you're new, and I'll be pumping out more content like this very soon. So I'll see you guys next time. Peace.